Yesterday in qualifying, 11 drivers received a penalty for the incidents that we experienced in the most dramatic fashion. If you are late on the circuit, chances are you will be out. Freddie Slater does have pole, but today in the sprint, it is Brandon Badower who will line up on the front row of the grid. We'll give you more details shortly. Good morning everybody and welcome to Spa-Francorchamps for round 6 of the FIA Formula 3 Championship in 2026. The longest track on the calendar at over 7 kilometres is our venue this morning, with 4 minutes to go until the parade lap starts. 7.004 kilometres, 19 turns and 3 DRS zones for 2026 is our location. 19 turns in order to get round with famous names, and it's all this time going to be playing for. Medium tyre compounds, maximum speed 303.5 kilometres an hour. That was set by David Beckman back in 2020 in the second race here of 3. Low downforce, high fuel consumption, high brake wear, high tyre usage. Get this track wrong, you know about it. And alongside me in the commentary box is Omi. I'm Joshua Birch. Omi, good morning. Well, we got the news at 20 past 1 in the morning about, here in Belgium for that time, about how many drivers had received a post-qualifying penalty. 11 in total, and it is completely, as predicted, changed the grid. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. We're about to run you through said grid in a few moments' time. That is where we'll run you through in detail who got what and what took place. But yeah, quite dramatic when it came to qualifying yesterday, as we expected. And it means we've had quite the craziness overnight in terms of the grid changing on its head. As you mentioned, 11 drivers are given a penalty, and let's run you through that now. So, Riccardo Escotto starts in 30th alongside McLaughlin. No penalties on that row of the grid. Same applies to Shin and Enzo Deligny, who are 28th and 27th. And then we get to plenty of drivers who have been moved down on the grid. Gerard G is in 26th, and he got a 6th place for driving unnecessarily slowly and also leaving the track as well and gaining an advantage. Same applies to Bruno Darpino. He's got a weaving specifically. Jose Garfias has a 3 place for weaving. He's in 24th, and then we find ourselves with Ivan Dominguez in 23rd with no penalties. Wharton with a 3 place for driving unnecessarily slowly. Same applies to Nant Howard Biran Bakhti, who's in 21st. Kanato Lee is 20th next to Nico Lacorte, who is in 19th. Then we find ourselves with Louis Sharp, who got a 3 place as well for driving unnecessarily slowly. Jeroen David is 16th, Giusti is 15th. Then we had Noah Slomstead. He was hit with a different penalty. It was a 5 place for causing a collision. Maciej Gradish is 13th next to Christian Ho. Freddie Slater is in 11th. And then, big, your championship leader, hit with 2 separate penalties, a 6th place, 3 place for driving unnecessarily slowly, and then a 3 place also for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. That has put him right ahead of his championship rival. Tuka Tappinen, no penalties for him, he's in 9th. Teofil Nile, one of our earlier title contenders, and a long shot for the title still, with a 5 place for driving unnecessarily slowly on the racing line. He was the lead car, which is why he's got an enhanced penalty. Hiyu Yamakoshi is 7th, Ernesto Rivera is 6th, Tata Carter 3 place for him for driving unnecessarily slowly. Same applies to Jin Nakamura, who's in 4th, Matteo Colnagi's 3rd, Pedro Claro is in 2nd, and it is Brando Badoer who starts on pole position for what should be quite the crazy race here at Spa.
Quite the crazy race indeed, as we are about to head off on the formation lap. We'll come into the commentary box. Good morning, everybody. As we get set to go, it's going to be a 12-lap sprint around this track. in order to get going, and the penalties that Omi mentioned not only apply to today's sprint but also to tomorrow's feature.
Yeah.
Infringement for tyres has come up for car 6 of Del Pino. Just double checking that before I say any further. No, De Paolo, the other one. Yeah. It's DEP. How are you supposed to know? Anyway, right, let's hear from Mark. Go on, say it again.
That's fine knowledge, mate.
It's 9 AM on a Saturday morning. It was 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Anyway, yeah, so he's been noted for technical infringement of tyres, so I wonder if he's got like the wrong compound fitted coming into it. We'll keep an eye out. We've slightly refreshed the top banner. We've removed the needlessly saying Formula 3 and Formula 2 just to make it breathe a bit better at the top and make it a little bit easier across qualifying and the races. We'll do some further editing going into tomorrow's feature. The same for the F2, just so that it looks a little bit cleaner on the banners, because everything was too squished together as we come into it. Right now, though, let's hear from our top 3 and what they have to say coming into today's action and today's race, because it's overcast. There's not a lot of chance of rain, but as always, it can pop up at any time here at Spa-Francorchamps. I don't think actually we've got a top 3 on me, because I don't think they were interviewed in the correct order.
Yeah, so I think Jin Nakamura would have landed on reverse grid pole. He got a 3rd place. Taito Kata would have been alongside. He got a 3rd place. And then I think the only one who could have made, and then the only one who would have made sense is Brandon Badaware, but he would have started 3rd instead of 1st, so whatever he would have told us would have been complete, because he's now leading the way. And when it comes to Spa and lap 1, you've got to hold the lead into the source, and then you've got to survive all the way down towards the Rugen Radion and then the Kemmel Straight. So the question usually for the pole sitter, that's what gets off. But well, he believed he was starting in 3rd and he was going to get a big tow, but no, he's the one who has to try and defend and break the slipstream.
Yeah, there is no top 3. I'm just waiting to hear if there's anything from Badawa coming in. De Paolo, pit lane start due to swapping front tyres on the grid. So he's coming into the pit lane. That was a very quick thing. There is a bit of rain coming in, Omi. Little band that could hit the Kemmel Straight and the Com. Tensions rise. I can see the steam coming off already, Omi.
Yeah, just very much quickly attaching the XLR to the lip mic once again, so it's
right,
all
sorry.
connected
Sorry,
properly.
I didn't see that. I needed a pink inhaler. I'm getting a bit chesty.
Yes, absolutely. But here we go. They're about to line up in position, and then we'll see what type of opening lap we get. We've had some dramatic opening laps so far. Let's see what this one is going to give us.
Sunday should remain dry. There's nothing on the radar for that. Into the pit lane has Matteo De Paolo. So would have started 18th. But had that error on the grid. So will lose time as the field lines up. Well, here we go again then. Time for the light procedure to come on one at a time. Green flag at the back. It's eyes to the lights. Waiting. Waiting. There's a long hold here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the lights. Lights out. We're racing in Spa. Good start from Claro. Good start again from Badawa. And immediately Claro cuts across Kolnagi down in towards Sand and in towards the source. Right on the outside, because Nakarama, are they all going to make it through cleanly? Just about. I think Stromstead was going to get involved in the trident there. They're all clear further back, up towards a Rouge for the first time. Now this is the crunch point. You can't go side by side into this part of the track. You can already see the cars botting him out as they come up into Radion down the Kemmel Straight. Good start, Omi, and immediately Nakarama going side by side with Claro down towards the Com. Further back, Rivera off the track alongside Teofil now, and going round the outside goes Kato. Oh, and lock up, and he's out! He's spun him round!
Yeah, that's very brave.
Out and spun him round, and 2 cars off into the gravel, 1 into the barrier. That's going to have to be the safety car. That's Ugo Iguchu, the championship leader, involved in drama. We did say who could stop him. It looks like he stopped himself. Battling with Christian Ho. Freddie Slater's moved up a few positions. Double yellows out, no sign of the safety cars. A long lap here, Omi, we might not need it.
Very fascinating and interesting to see as well what is going to take place, but my word, quite a dramatic start, and that is going to very much now require some form of an interruption if they cannot clear it by the time they get round once again.
Still coming through, so no sign. They've got a long lap, and Freddie Slater, that's who's hit the barrier at turn 6. The 2 championship rivals have come together. So it was Ugo Iguchu and Freddie Slater as the safety car is out. P1 and P2 in the championship out at Le Com. And now, well, this is going to be a major change. Slater's on pole for tomorrow's feature race. We know that. He's the only driver inside that top 5 who have yet to score a victory. Marshall's on track turn 6. But how did Freddie Slater end up in the path of Ugo Iguchu? They weren't that close together. Iguchu must have had a storming start.
It's going to be fascinating to see how the opening lap went. Of course, due to the 6th place for Ugo, he was 1 place ahead of Slater. So very much going to be fascinating to see whether, how they were able to get into each other, the Trident and the Campos. Looked plays out, but it is quite ironic that it's the 2 title contenders. I think it is fair to say, and tension is very much developing.
Not gonna lie, I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell which one it was. Yeah. I thought it was Stromstead in the barrier, but it was all happening so fast as well because we had several other drivers go around. Yamakoshi got spun by McLaughlin. Iguchu is now out. De Paulo has apparently moved up a place, but ahead of Yamakoshi. And there's Freddie Slater with arms on the barrier. He can't believe it. And Iguchu is out. There's Finn McLaughlin coming into the pit lane. I assume he's got front wing damage from nerfing off as well, Yamakoshi.
Absolutely. So, as it stands at the moment, okay, we're going to get a replay off the start. Into the pit lane just came Ugo as well. But let's go back to the race start then. Rodent leading us away down towards the first corner. Immediately, Kulnagi was trying to make maneuvers. They get through Le Source. Getting very close, a few lockups in the background as well, including we had Jin Nakamura who made a lockup further up ahead, and then his teammate locked up in Michael Shin. Then this is Yamakoshi on the run up through Aruj and to the top of Radion, and you can always gain quite a lot of slipstream. It means they're all so close together, and it was getting super tight. Everyone speared left and right to try and make some maneuvers.
So he's just going to get run up the back here by Finn McLaughlin. He breaks, McLaughlin doesn't. Bang into the back. McLaughlin had a lockup. But what happened? I'm trying to look. There, it's Slater. Iguchu who's on the inside, and yeah, already making pass. Look at Iguchu, who's on the grass.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're taking a look at Ugo Iguchu. Now he's going to find himself. So Yamakoshi's tagged round. Then it's going to be Iguchu round the outside, and both the title contenders, well, getting together as they both had unsettled cars through that part of the circuit. And this is on board now with Ugo. So he's going to get a great bit of slipstream. Places the car on the outside line. Tuukka Tappinen is going to basically disappear. He's going to back out of it and do the sensible thing. Ugo and Slater being title contenders, both keep their foot in, neither an inch, and very much it gets so close by the time they get to turn one.
Yeah, Ugo just drove in behind me. Nice one.
Unfortunately there, Romy, I think he's right. Iguchu did, he went into the back of him. There's nothing really that could be done there. Ugo hit him, and I think Ugo now will be possibly facing a grid penalty for tomorrow's race. So it's all eyes on Slater. I mean, one of the talking points coming into the weekend was who can stop Ugo after a record-breaking sprint race victory at Silverstone, achieving the largest winning margin in Formula 3 sprint race history. Campos driver was riding a wave of momentum that has now come to a crashing halt. Safety car's out. Yamakoshi has been noted for more than one change of direction down at turn 5. That's at Le Com. So it looks like, Omi, they are actually going to consider the fact that it was Yamakoshi who caused an incident with McLaughlin.
Yeah, so they're having a look at that separate one. I'm 100% sure they're also going to then have an investigation. But yeah, it is very brave from Ugo, but it's just not what he really needed. Yamakoshi, more than one change of direction, that's also being looked at. Who could happen and backs out of it? You're always having a risk around the outside. Slater's just doing his thing. Ugo carries so much more momentum, and then they connect and they collide. So yeah, if it is on anyone, I think it's going to be more on Ugo. And you know, to be fair, Slater won't really mind this, because this would have been the race. This would have been the race where Ugo was basically kind of set to gain something.
Yeah.
But then penalties came his way. That didn't happen, and then in the race start, it's kind of, this race doesn't exist in the context of the championship. Niall is too far away, so you know he's in 6th right now as well. But yeah, Yamakoshi incident, that's what we mentioned earlier, under investigation for changing direction. It's going to be lots looked at. It's going to be a lot looked at. Rivera with Yamakoshi in their contact down to the braking zone of Lecom. Yamakoshi is moving in a straight line on the opening lap. Brando Badoer holding the lead was, I guess, one of the things. Ugachika and Slater is now noted.
Yeah.
And there on the circuit, we actually see now coming back is Ugachika. So he's going to continue his race, but he's just going to get more practice for tomorrow, really, because he's not really going to be able to do that much.
Just also a quick fact, safety car is in this lap, but incident involving DePaolo has been noted, and it will no further investigation. This was Yamakoshi then. Is this the more than one move change direction, I wonder? Oh no, that's the front wing flying off McLaughlin. Down at Fania.
Absolute drama.
I was
So,
wondering
what a
where
shame,
where-
the 24th of McLaughlin.
This is a mad race already. And Yamakoshi has been given a 10-second time penalty for more than one change of direction. A 10-second time penalty. Harsh, but fair. I don't know where the hashtag JBMotorsports went, by the way. We did a bit of cleaning up yesterday. I think I accidentally deleted it. Yeah, we just sorted out the OBS a little bit. Give it a little bit of a tidy up. Just about the top banner, because the lap counter was getting ridiculous. So after this race, we're going to tidy up a bit more. Although I think if we get any more longer named drivers getting fastest lap, I think that'll do. Because it's 12 laps total, and we've completed 2. We're on lap 3. So I think that makes sense at the top there. Just in the old reverse order. Right, are you ready then? Badoer gonna bring us to the restart. Coming into the last corner at the bus stop. Uphill. Avoid the curbs. You can go technically from the start-finish line. That's going to be the green flag point, but you can accelerate after the cut mode for the pit lane. And away we go once more here at Spa-Francorchamps. DRS going to be available immediately, remember, for these drivers, so that's going to help down the Kemmel Straight. Are we going to see Nakarama going to have a go? Clero just behind. Nakarama made that fantastic overtake a few moments ago. Only lost one racing lap there. That's not too bad from the safety car. Up Eau Rouge into Radion. You can already see that's one of the Trident's package. That's Freddie Slater's car that's already been returned to the pit lane. Look at Badoer. Absolutely nowhere to go. He's moving once to keep through. He can't move again. Oh, he's drifting back to the racing line. He's absolutely squeezing. Nakarama's trying to go around the outside. Coming into Lecom. A fantastic move. And Nakarama leads the F3 sprint here at Spa. That was perfect, Tommy. Although Badoer really did squeeze him up towards the wall.
Absolutely, Jin Nakamura going all in there to try and make that manoeuvre. Very brave on that outside line and able to fight his way by the time he exited through Lecom under investigation. Gachika and Slater. I mean, if we do get something than that. So yeah, they would have to send Ugo out there in case he does get maybe a 5-second or something to try and avoid a risk of a penalty come later on. It's getting very close into Piron as Maciej Gradish is looking ahead. He's looking in behind. Lacorte is there, who's trying to make a maneuver. You've also got Rivera trying to go around the outside of Tuukka Tappinen, but Tappinen stays ahead for the moment.
At the moment, as they come down through Fania into Stavolo before Canvas, and already a little bit of a mistake there coming through from Rivera further back, but also just taking a look now down way down the field. Look at Barrichello, 24th position, didn't do too good in qualifying, got held up several times on these build-up laps. He's right at the back of Shin and Gerard G, so watch out for that little battle. There's Nakarama with the new race leader. I cannot say his name correctly, but Badoer is under pressure now from Claro, trying to go around the outside, coming into the bus stop.
Trying to make the move, getting very close together. So Badoer and Claro both about to very much do battle for second place in the contest. Is Badoer able to get by at any point? The answer no for the moment. Looking further back, we're still getting the scrapping coming in with Lacorte, who will be looking for some maneuvers, I am absolutely sure.
Oh, he's got him.
As we get off it to the floor.
Yeah, Lacorte's got ahead of Gradish as well coming into it. This is Claro coming through Radion. Now DRS will be open. Badoer is a sitting duck down here. But here we go round the outside also. That's Kato trying to get past Kolnagi round the outside line into Lacombe. It seems to be the favourite move for the Formula 3 drivers today. But Kolnagi gets late on the brakes and gets through. Kato can't find a way past.
Yep, can't do anything at this stage as we fight our way by. Getting close in the mid-pack as well. Maciej Gradish just staying ahead. Bit closer comfort on the way in and on the way out.
Yep, and now down through on the inside, we're seeing getting forced out wide now, coming through for Louis Sharp. So, once again, Lacorte back behind Gradish as they come through Speaker's Corner, down towards Pouon. And you're already seeing there, you see the Trident being brought back on the recovery vehicle through the Ardennes forest. And Nakarama is still holding off from Badoer. They've dropped Claro by 0.3 of a second at the moment as they continue on their charge. What a brilliant little battle this one's turning out to be. It's a short lap here. It's a long lap, 7 kilometres, but the average speed makes it a very short time lap, just 2 minutes 9. Ergo, this race should be done inside 24 minutes if we stay under green flag condition, but only we get 45 minutes to complete this race, and sometimes at other tracks we keep it longer. So 2-minute lap, 7 kilometre circuit, but it's somehow faster than other races we go to. It's a bit confusing as Claro tries to go around the outside of Badoer coming down into the bus stop. Badoer manages to stay ahead. He was sort of accelerated in the middle of the bus stop and caught Claro by surprise.
Absolutely no further investigation for the top two in the F3 Championship. They'll very much continue on and do battle tomorrow, as well as we head through turn number 1. So the extra DRS zone that we've now got on the exit of Blanchimont down towards bus stop just allows the drivers to get more closer. Badoer would have had a run on Nakamura, but Claro kind of ruined that opportunity by battling with him into those final corners. So the gap's 9/10. He's going to gain it all back now, and actually Kolnagi's going to be hungry for an overtake. So will Tata Kato. So there's plenty of drivers who's going to be looking for moves.
Kato's trying to get around the inside line. He's going to hold off from Kolnagi. Kolnagi goes defensive. So Kaito goes back round the outside, almost close to contact, and he is off the circuit through the DHL sponsorship, and now back onto the circuit. That is actually painted on. It's not a hieroglyphic or anything. It is painted onto the circuit as they come through. So unfortunately, that's Kolnagi staying in 4th. Will he have been deemed to have forced Kato off the circuit? Teofil now is up into 6th position. Now that's impressive considering what happened earlier on in the race for him. So yeah, this is actually not too bad. And he's actually holding on to the back. Look at Tuukka Tappinen now, right on the back of Ernesto. Actually, has Tappinen been passed by Ernesto Rivera there? Yeah, I think he has.
Yep.
Yeah, Rivera's got past him. Go on, Emmy.
So the manoeuvres come in there, and the positions have been changed as they still continue to fight their way by around Spa, a circuit that always manages to deliver some great Formula 3 racing, and we very much are getting that here today as they now bring it towards the final sector and then get ready to come towards the next tour of the race.
Yeah, and now as well, it's Tapping under pressure from Gusti and Christian Ho, so watch out for those as they come through. Blanchimont on board with TFL now, tries to pull to the outside line on Kato, and it's not going to work out. You know, I keep just holding it. Yamakoshi, we want us box to serve the 10-second time penalty. So that would make sense. As they come through, he's already down at the back of the field anyway. He's into the pit lane now anyway. Gravel down at La Source. And that's going to feel like running over marbles for certainty. So if you get offline there, that's going to really affect you on the run down in towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Canato Lee's moved up into 21st position. He's got ahead of Gerardi De Paolo down now to 23rd. After starting the pit lane, he was up the order. Now he's gone back down the order again. And now we're seeing a little bit of a slipstream. That's TFL now going through. And now again round the outside for the second time. I'm not sure what his game is here, Omi. But Ernesto Rivera forcing off to Katapanen.
Yep, absolutely. Forcing Tappinen as we still get ready to fight now in this middle sector. Don't know what the crackling noise is.
I think it's your mic. I'm not sure. I think you're... Oh, hang on. Someone's kicked out some gravel. I think you need a new mic lead.
Possibly.
Cable matters. It's a 3 meter one, and you can also hold it without damaging the lead. It's quite thick, look.
Oh, nice. Lovely.
Get one of those. That's what happened after I changed my one. So Cable Matters on Amazon. I'll send you the link. You get 2 actually for a good price.
Nice.
Still got the other one, and look at that lap time deleted for Radion and Bus Stop. For several drivers are sticking through one by one on the board. That is quite something. Pedro Claro on board. Looking ahead to Brandon Badoa, who runs in second position. I would call him Badoa, but that's what his father likes to be called. Brandon likes to be called Badoa. And up the inside to Katapanen, making the move on Ernesto Rivera. Rivera's going to now have the slipstream on him, down through Eau Rouge, up to Radion, the Kemmel Straight. Let's see how good Ernesto Rivera is at slipstreaming power up the hill. In fact, he might even give a little position to Gusti and Stromstead, who are in the 9th and 10th position. Oh, this is going to be a very tight little fight. Tappanen's got DRS to defend with, but he hasn't got the straight line speed. Here we go on the inside. Rivera goes through. He's bringing with him Gusti, but I think Rivera's going to go through. He's going to force him off the track. No. A little bit of a slide coming into Lacombe for Gusti, though. Really have to hold it back a little bit.
Yeah. Very much going into combat further back. De Paolo and Gerardi battling over 21st. So a little switch in position coming in there. But all eyes now on what we're going to get in this, in these last few laps of Formula 3 sprinting here at Spa, as we go back to some replays.
This is further back in the field with the AIXs. So if that's... Oh, hang on. Off the circuit. Well, that's in front of De Paolo. So is that... Bruno Badi has gone off and destroyed the straight mode board, and the safety car's out. Double yellow sector 2 and 3. The safety car has been deployed. Full safety car. Well, that can't be for the straight mode board, surely, because we've got the virtual safety car for that. Kato is going to... Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Safety car is for the amount of gravel on the circuit. Not the straight mode board, it's the fact that the entire of La Source is covered in gravel. And if I was race control, I'd bring them through the pit lane instead of making them go through it. Oh, for God's sake. Simon, what are you doing? Race director, you should have brought them through the pit lane. You deployed the safety car early enough. Safety car's been out for a minute now. Why did you not... Oh, and Kate's been urged for starting procedure infringement. Omi, why not bring them through the pit lane and avoid this mess? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, their tyres are going to be going over all those things again now. All the gravel down there. They'll try and pick the easiest route through. That's go as close as possible to the other pit wall that they've got. And they can navigate their way by.
So safety car leads them through up the hill. As we'll go battle screen so you can see the full information from race control. Safety car is out. Yeah, even the pit wall saying that they should have come through the penalty. Penalty served for Yamakoshi for more than one change of direction. Car 10 of Carter will be investigated after the race for safety starting procedure infringement. So that's going to come later on as we continue racing. So Ugachiru and Slater are going to have Numhua coming into today. TFL now is going to move up to 67 points. Not a huge gap, but it works. As Freddie Slater's watching back on his iPad what happened.
Analysing with the team. Who knows? There might be. I tried, and if they're finding be something. Could be finding anywhere in terms of that clip. Is there anything that they could maybe appeal to trying to avoid a penalty?
Yeah. Is it from Badua?
Let's get ready for the restart. Let's get.
Say to one.
Don't want to get ahead of Nakaruma as well. Nakaruma coming into it. As the battling goes on. How do you pronounce his name? Because I was in Nakarama. Sorry, you might cut out the worst possible time. You have to repeat that.
Oh, it's Nakamura.
Nakamura. Okay.
Just look at the spelling. Just look at how it's written.
Nakaruma. Nakaruma. Okay, I'll remember that now. Nakaruma. Okay, by the way, just want to bring you in some interesting...
No.
What?
It's Nakamura. The M is before the... Oh. Look
Naka...
at it again.
Nakamura.
Yeah.
It's your microphone lead. It's making it sound like there was an N, so Nakamura. Okay, Nakamura. Yes. To be fair, Nakamura's not really at the front of the field much as well, so it's you forget your butcherization. Well,
okay, you can fill the safety car period while I sort this mic.
Go on, I've got it. I wish they'd give us, like, Porsche Super Cup. Porsche Super Cup at the start of the year, Omi got it. Voice notes of how every driver pronounces their name from the drivers themselves. That is what I wish Formula 3 would do. It would be so much easier. Because then you can write down how it sounds, and it's interesting to say it. I think maybe during the break of Spa to Hungary, I might write down all the names. We'll sit down every one night, I'll write down all the names, and we'll get a pronunciation guide and stick that up on the commentary box wall. Might actually help a little bit more as we come into it. Safety car is still going to be out. It's that 10 of 12, but it's a long lap here. We don't really need the red flag. This is why Kato has been noted for a starting procedure infringement. One of his mechanics was still on the grid by the 15 light signal. Well, actually, Omi, when you get back in, I don't think that's too bad because there was 10 seconds to go between the formation lap. So the gap, when the second light comes on, there's a klaxon, and safety car's in this lap. So when the two lights go on, it is 15 seconds to go before the formation lap. The team then have 5 seconds to remove themselves from the car and get off the circuit, either by going to the left or the right. And he did it because he was away from the car by the time the 10-second signal came on. So I think he was fine there. I do. I think he was fine. It was just close, but he was off the track and away from the car by the time the two lights went to the one. So Omi, I think in my opinion, He's okay there. He was off the track before the 10-second signal. Because from 15, that's to get off the car and go. He was off inside that time. So that's a tricky one, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he will be as well. But yeah, let's put focus on Nakamura and Badoer to see whether they're going to switch position. Can Clara try get involved? So there's not going to be long left. 2-lap shootout basically here at Spa in the battle for the win. No DRS on the first lap. They'll get DRS on the second tour, and they'll get DRS all the way towards the bus stop chicane as well if Badoer is not able to get it done in the first 1.5 lap. But he'll want to get this one done nice and early. Let's see what's going to happen.
On board with Teofil now, just waiting to see what's going to happen next. The battle is on, the pressure is on. He's in 5th position. Can he steal an unlikely win? Nakamura waiting to bring it to the start. He's holding the back so much through Blanchimont. That's at least 5% of the lap he hasn't accelerated for. Tyres are going to be so cold. Badoer's right behind Nakamura as they come into it. Ready? 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 Stars are gone. There's the line. Come on, you can go any point now after this. You've passed the safety car line 1. Now you are free to accelerate at your wish into the bus stop. Is he going to do it mid-corner? Don't get it wrong, Nakamura. Yes, he has got it wrong. He's got it wrong. I knew what he was going to do. As soon as he turns in, he's going to hit the accelerator. But he got it wrong. A massive kick of oversteer. This is 2 to go. And Badoer's going to be right on the back of Nakamura as they're coming towards turn 1. Into La Source hairpin we go. And now it's the run down through La Source into a Rouge, up to Radion and down the Kemmel Straight. And you can just see that Badoer's going to have the move done. This is going to be quite close. There's the F3 admin getting his phone right up close to the action. Look forward to seeing that video later on. Up into Radion, down the Kemmel Straight. Nakamura's got no defence. Here comes Badoer. Pulls to the outside. 3, 2, 1. Now. That's just a warning look. Look further back as well, actually. Battle for 5th. That's Kato passing Teofil Naomi.
Getting quite aggressive. But yeah, Nakamura very nearly having the moment that Maloney had a few years ago, spinning on the restart. Luckily, Nakamura avoided it. He didn't come under enough threat during the start, well, during the Kemmel Straight, because just no DRS and there wasn't the opportunity, but the gap is 4 tenths, and if Badoer keeps it at that margin, he knows there'll be a chance come the final lap of this race. He's about to get DRS in a few moments time from Blanchimont all the way down towards the bus stop as well to bring him closer, and then he'll get 3 more DRS zones before that until he comes across the line to take the flag.
And we've got another investigation for De Paolo and G noted for forcing another driver off the track as well. Sharp and David have been noted as well, reviewed, no further investigation. And also, we've got another one for De Paolo, with this time coming in as well with Barrichello. Yeah, with Barrichello. And then Kolnagi has been noted along with Kato. So a lot of forcing drivers off the track here. Oh, late move coming on the inside there from Teofil now to get ahead of Kato and forces Kato off the track. Kato has to cut the corner. He'll have to give the place back. It's the Lewis Hamilton rule. He has to give it back. Kato was off the track. He would claim he was forced, but so did Hamilton, and that didn't work out. Stewards have set a precedent there across the series. Look at that on the inside. Tappan trying to pass now. Kato still hasn't given him the place back, but what's happening further ahead? Is Badoer anywhere closer to Nakamura to make a move? No.
Look like it. It really does not look like it's close. We thought he may have had an opportunity. He's going to need a great sector now if he wants to go on the attack. So we're going to turn our attention further back to Rivera, who's trying to get past the MP Motorsport of Tappanen.
And they touch tyres coming through the top of the hill, through Radion down the Kemmel Straight. Tappanen's got the inside line into Lacombe and will keep it. Now, did Teofil now get ahead of Kato? No, he did not. So that's going to be argued in the stewards. Wharton's been given a black and white flag for track limits. Badoer and Tappanen, track limits as well. Down, well, one's down at Radion, one's down at Pouon. Right, here's a replay. Did Teofil now force Kato off the circuit? Yes.
And to lunge, aggressive stuff from him. He's a driver who knows he needs to gain some ground in the championship, and yet very much going all out on the attack through there. Well, unless there's a mistake now from Nakamura in these final corners, he should be safe, he should be home, and should be on course to take what will be an incredible victory for him.
He's had a podium only once this season in Austria in the sprint race. Now it's going to be promoted to a race victory coming here at Spa, and it was a masterclass from defensive driving from 2 restarts coming in. He jumped at Badowa and he aced the second restart despite a kick of rear wheel spin. He really has been dominant to get ahead of Badowa into the last corner. And it's race victory for Nakamura here in Spa. He takes the checkered flag after 12 grueling laps. Badowa is second, Clero third, Konagi, Kato, Tiafio now does finish in 6th. Tappinen, Rivera, Gustian, Stromstead the top 10 as they come over the line. And that was, I think, a very enjoyable sprint to start a Saturday morning, Omi. F3 got it right, and often as well, it's F3 that gives us actually the cleanest and best type of racing across a Spa weekend on the Sunday, Saturday and Sunday compared to F2.
Mate, good job. Very good job, mate. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, do you remember last year when it was me, you and Sanson in the commentary box and we all agreed that F3 was the best racing of the weekend?
Yeah, and then they didn't get a chance to race in the feature race because of the rain. But we avoided the rain today where there was a decent chance of it. It caused chaos yesterday. But today, all very much looking good.
Let's hear it then from Brandon Badowa, finishes in P2 here at Spa-Francorchamps. 9/10 off the back. Thought he might have had it dropped from, of course, pole position. Lost out on the restart. Let's see what he's got. Are we going to hear from him as he comes through the com? Actually, I've just realised they don't usually do a cool-down lap here. They've gone to do a cool-down lap. Usually the top 3 peel into the pits. Yeah, okay, go on.
Yeah, well, it seems like they just want to sink it in for an entire 7 kilometers. As we've got 7 minutes remaining on the clock, yeah, they want to utilise all of it as well, of possible race time.
Ugo Gachuru set the fastest lap on that race, 2 minutes 7.041. They finished 29th and a lap down, but he did manage to fix it. I'm surprised they got that suspension sorted out so quickly. There's Jin Nakamura, 4th to 1st. What a brilliant race victory for Nakamura. Yeah, Nakamura. We're gonna hear from him again. Okay.
Well done, race, mate. Well done. Well done. Yeah, it's all good. Thank you so much. Very good comeback. Thank you for the very good stuff, mate. Let's go for another one tomorrow. Adianto.
Abianta. See you later. Well, definitely I think on the right course. So what was wrong with your microphone then? Because it's working now.
Don't know.
Very, very weird. I've had that before. Several times mine just goes off and I don't know why. They are ribbon microphones, I suppose. Oh, don't tell me Sky turning us off. No, good. That would be annoying. Long lap here, and we have to commentate it because we can't use the world feed.
Yeah. But do you have any analysis for us then?
I would be very surprised if Kato got a penalty. Looking back at it now, that he did get forced off by TFL now. If he got a penalty, that would be very, very harsh.
Yeah. I think the stewards probably don't want to have to deal with too many more F3 penalties. Still got a feature race tomorrow to go as well.
They're just sick of F3, to be fair. They're 20 past 1. 20 past 1 in the morning. And they had to be here early as well. That's I would have rioted. Oh.
Yeah, so because penalties are applied for both races as well, so all of the 11 places, they're just going to get added onto tomorrow by just drivers who are getting more and more penalties. I wonder what the list will be. How many drivers with penalties?
A lot, I assume.
Yeah, wonder whether we can get half the grid.
9 times out of 10, probably, yes. Mighty good weekend coming up. Sanson's been busy, just finished the the Super Formula race on his comms.
Super Formula. Yes.
He'll be back with us soon as well. A love heart from Nakamura. What a time. Love heart from Nakamura. We're going to hear from him. We've got time. We should be able to have an interview. Don't know why they do it for one and not the other. F3 is now finally getting some good treatment. Not the best though, but still.
Yeah, typically they only send someone for the F2 Grand Prix Sunday feature race.
It's either to be honest with you, it's either do it properly or not. But then again, FOM TV are losing quite a lot of their staff. They've had to have Montoya nearly every race. Great pundit, but you know, Juan Pablo's fashion sense doesn't really scream television. Baggy trousers and a t-shirt. You gotta put some effort in on Grand Prix some days, haven't you? Here it is, over the line. No, I mean, was it my imagination, or when the lights came on, did the fourth one stick for a while? I thought at the time.
Good question, I wasn't paying attention.
I'll have to rewind. Have a little look-sees.
Yes. We love a bit of rewinding.
Sure, we'll have a look. As Ian once again posing with the number 1 board. Let's go up to the cool down room then and get the latest from these drivers. I love this. It's what? 20 to 11 and the stands are full. Oh, someone's waving an Argentinian flag.
Oh god.
After the World Cup. The
Yeah.
Brits, no thank you. To be honest with you, a wonderful final coming up in the World Cup. Spain versus Argentina. We'll be supporting.
Yeah,
We'll be
it's gonna
supporting.
be very fun when we finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be supporting Spain. Nah, I'm looking forward to it. It really bugs me. Look, the thing about sport is, you get involved, it's passion. But at the end of the day, it is a sport. You shouldn't let it affect your attitude or your mood. And you certainly shouldn't. Yeah. You can be disappointed, you can be upset. But you get over it at the end of the night. And then you move on. It's like, oh, yeah, exactly. England could have done it. We got so close. That's disappointing. Okay, right, let's bounce back and go again. Because it's not your life, it's theirs. Let's have the top 3.
Yeah.
How was your start?
It was good.
Wait, mine was very, very bad. I had to defend so much. I boxed Komagi.
Here I didn't know which one.
Wait, this guy was sending it on the outside.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
It was really close, no?
Yeah.
But May, your traction was amazing. After 19-1.
Yeah. I was cheating so much before safety car.
You were flat out, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
May-
Bam.
position.
I forgot to use the RS once in the straight. I'm like,
In the back straight.
you know, in the T1.
In that one. That doesn't do much.
Ah, yeah, it's something. Yeah. Oh my god. Tomorrow will be fun.
Did you have any graining?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Front?
Yeah, front a little bit. But yeah, we barely saw any dag. I think like
Of the safety
I
cars.
was expecting so much early from the beginning, but
When it started?
you had a bit.
No, I didn't have any graining issue.
Any graining?
I always love that exchange.
Did you have any graining? Yes, probably not. So we are waiting for the podium ceremony to get underway, and we'll hear from our top three. Got about an hour and a half until we're on air for the F1 practice session. Pedro Claro then finishes in third place. Another great race from the Brazilian. Brandon Badoer, the Italian, finishes in second. He'll be hoping he can do a good result when we get to Monza in a few months' time. But Yin Nakamura is going to be your race victor here in Spa. And he won the podium in Austria in the sprint in third. Two better today. It's a race victory for Nakamura. And we will hear in his honour the Japanese national anthem coming through here on the top step of the podium. The top three once again. The winner's trophy presented on the podium to Nakamura. A race victory in FIA Formula 3. Yes, well done. Mighty, mighty good performance. The Constructors' Trophy presented once again to High Tech. As the team applaud from down below. Brandon Badoer finishes in second position. And your third place for Pedro Claro, the young Brazilian. And on Saturday morning, it's time for brunch as it's 10 to 11. What a perfect way to go along with brunch. Then champagne time! Fantastic race! Fantastic opener to the weekend. Omi, what's your final thoughts and to take us through the results in a few moments?
Well, it has been quite a fascinating Formula 3 sprint, I think it's fair to say. We've set a high standard in the last few weeks. Is it gonna top what we've seen previously? Most likely not, but was it a good solid F3 sprint at Spa? Absolutely. And it's one which leaves us in a good position heading into the feature race tomorrow, which could be a big day in the Formula 3 Championship if Freddie Slater is able to secure a great result that takes him closer, and it means that we could have a battle with 3 rounds to go in Hungary and then in Monza, and where we conclude our season with an additional feature race and an additional qualifying come the 11th to 13th September at Madrid as well. So that is still yet to come our way, and that is going to be very, very exciting indeed, I am sure. So great ending to this Formula 3 season about to come, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be the champion between Freddie Slater and Ugo Agachuku. Those two made contact today, and this is how the rest of them finished. Jin Nakamura ends as the winner, and then it is Brando Badaware in second place, and Pedro Claro taking the final spot on the podium, putting 2 Rodins in the top 3. Kulnagi 4th, Carter in 5th, then Niall 6th, Kappen in 7th, Rivera 8th, Giusti 9th, and Noah Stromstead is 10th position, claiming the final point. Christian Ho in 11th, Maciej Gradish in 12th, Sharp 13th, then Lacorte, Delpino, Wharton, David, and then Deligny, Lee, and Garfias, who is the drivers to tail off the second page. And then in 21st, we're going to find ourselves with Fernando Barrichello, Gerard G, and then Matteo De Paolo. Riccardo Escotto started at the back, finishing 24th. McLaughlin in 25th had some front wing damage earlier. Shin 26th. Biren Bakti ran wide on the exit of La Source, he's 27th. Yamakoshi 28th. Ugo Agachuku 29th. And he had contact with his championship rival, Freddie Slater, who will start on pole position for the feature race tomorrow, but is our only official retirement today.
Thanks for your company, Emmy. Thanks to all of you at home. We'll be back in about an hour and 30 minutes time for all the action from the F1 and their 3rd practice session. But it's Nakamura, Victor in Spa. Bye-bye.